Okay, today we are going to work on putting up more girts on the front and the back of the barn, and then we're going to start measuring for metal.
It's good. And James also got these on, more of these girts on the front of the barn here, and also there, and over here. So every day, even if he's over here by himself, he's still making a lot of progress. All right, got both those up. This one there and that one over there. And James is putting that small 4-foot gird in right there. Now we're over on the back side of the barn and we're going to be doing the same thing here.
Here, as you can see, Courtney and I are hanging up some girts on the back side of the barn. It's extremely helpful to have a wife who is not afraid to get dirty and come out here and help me with some of this stuff, because it does go a lot smoother. So what we're doing here is we're actually using a combination of screws and nails. I have the nail gun, she has the screw gun, and she's going through and putting screws on her side. I'm putting nails on my side, and then I go back and put nails on her side. She comes and puts screws on my side. I like to use a combination of both. I think screws are good. It has a good holding power, and then the obviously nails have really good shear strength.
Got all those girts on and it looks fantastic. I got to get the boys back to feed them, so James is going to work on putting up the girts in this section now by himself. James got the rest of those girts up there on the left-hand side. It looks so good. It's really coming together. So now I've got this stuff, anchor seal, and a paintbrush that I've been using this same paintbrush with this stuff for about the last 9 months. Anyway, I'm gonna get up here. I've already done the front of the barn, but now I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna go around all the corners and the ends of all the boards and paint them with this stuff to keep it from splitting. This stuff works really well. When you put it on, it goes on white, but it ends up drying clear. And here the boys are helping me paint the ends of the wood. They're actually really helpful with this. Almost all the lumber on the walls of this pole barn we cut on our sawmill ourselves, and whenever we would cut it, we would stack it in the barn to let it start to dry out and cure, and the boys would go in there and I would get them out the paintbrush and the bucket of paint, and they would paint all the ends. It's actually been really helpful. So anyway, they saw me painting it and wanted to help, so here they are. Involve those kids in every process if you can. They learn a lot that way. All right, got all the corners painted. Good to move on to something else. Okay, got those boards up. Now all the girts on the front, I think, are done. All right, babe is up here on top of the barn. What are you doing, babe?
We are taking measurements for metal.
Yes, we're gonna be ordering metal siding soon, so we'll be able to, put the roof and the siding on this, but we're up here up top taking measurements. It's a beautiful day. So based on these measurements, it looks like from the center to the edge of the barn, the roofing is gonna be 255 inches long. Now we're over here measuring the roof on the lean-to. And the length of the metal pieces for the lean-to are going to be 173 inches.
Okay, we're going to call it quits for today. This was weekend number 4. As you can see that we got all of the girts up on the front of the building except for the headers, which we're going to wait to put in because our concrete truck can't get in there with those in. And I got a header to put up in the back door too that I got to put up. We got all the girts there in the back on, and those look pretty good. And we've taken some measurements for metal. That's the one thing I'm a little bit worried about, as I've never done that before. So I took some measurements. I think I can do the math the rest of the way to be able to calculate what we need. So this is everything so far. It's a pretty big project. I can't believe that just us are doing it.
I know, and we got it done in just basically 4 weekends. And then a tiny bit of work throughout the week when James gets home. Okay, little bit of an update. So James had another load of gravel delivered. This is what's left of the load after he did all the work yesterday. So let me back up a little bit so you can see. So he put more gravel here at the edge of the barn driveway and then spread it down this way. He extended this out a little bit because it kind of came in like that. So now it's more rounded out. We still need to put more there. But he also put tons of gravel in the barn and kind of leveled it out so we're ready for concrete. I'll go in there and show you guys more of what he did. So in here, this is the right side of the barn. This side of the barn we really had to build up. You can kind of see everything over here is fresh gravel. All this is the old gravel. So James put a couple of inches of gravel in here to bring it up. Now we still have to spread it out perfectly, but this is good enough for now. Where the bottom of the board was, there was actually a couple inches of space between the bottom of the board and the ground. If you go back at previous videos, you can see that. So we needed to fix that obviously for the concrete. So now what I'm going to do while James is at work is go around the barn, and any of the holes that don't have gravel in them, I'm going to backfill with gravel and I'm going to tamp it down real good. And then over here, James put a bunch of topsoil and dirt along this side of the barn, and I need to try to spread out as best as possible. We do not want to take this bracing down yet because we get horrible windstorms here in the spring and we don't want anything structurally to happen to the barn. So I'm just going to try to spread most of it out with just a rake and a hoe, and then try to use my little garden tiller just to even it out a little bit if I can. Now, once we get the metal in the barn and the bracing down, James will probably go over it once with the big tiller and the John Deere. But for now, I want to try to get as best as possible so that it is even along the board here so we can have concrete poured and these boards won't bow out. So I only got a little bit done over here earlier because James was at work and called me because the metal guy was on his way to deliver the first of 2 loads of metal for the barn. Hey boys. So here it is. The barn itself is going to be black and the roof is going to be white. Very similar to our horse stall so that it matches. That is a lot of metal. Hi Isaac. Can we come with you? I'm coming. And so anyway, to get this metal delivered, I had to clear out this stuff because there was just a lot of stuff here and nowhere to put it. So here it is. So the rest of the metal got delivered today, and we're supposed to get 50-mile-an-hour winds tomorrow. So James had to create this little system to hold it down so that all the metal wouldn't blow away. But here it is. And this is also the bubble wrap insulation that we got. Good morning. It is so windy, but we are outside working at the barn today. My dad's coming over and we're going to finish 100% prepping so that tomorrow, when it's not 50-mile-an-hour winds, we're going to start hanging the metal. So James is up above me here. To be honest with you, I don't know what he's doing, but he's putting boards up that we will be able to fasten the metal to. So he put this board in, and then he got this board in, and now he's got this one on the left side attached up there, but he needs to pick it up and attach it on that end. So that is what he is doing, and man, it is windy. I gotta go stand on the ladder so it doesn't blow over. James is going up here. He's gonna put the last of these purlins in on top of the barn here in the corner. that's where we ran out of lumber 2 weekends ago, so we finally picked up some more. He's gonna get this section finished. I just fell down so bad. Oh my. Look at Isaac sitting with my dad on the tractor. James is putting the last few screws in, and then this entire section is done. Got that board up there. And that over there is Mr. Covington. We absolutely love him. He's one of our neighbors. Just an old farmer, and he is a wealth of knowledge and has helped us a lot with farm-related information. Now we're back here on the back of the barn, putting up those boards. They got their ladders tied off to the girts so they don't fall from the wind. They're working on putting this end board in now. They got those in already. Now they're putting in the last one. That's perfect. Wendy. Perfect. I am in absolute awe watching the footage right now of this barn. It's just incredible how fast this has gone up. I'm just so proud. Anyway, other than us putting 2 doors under the lean-to going into the barn, we are completely ready for metal. So the next video is going to be us putting in the doors, and then after that, it'll be putting on the metal roof and putting on the metal siding. I am so excited. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let us know if you have any questions, and of course, have a great week.